I'm already a Killjoy main with over 1,000 hours played on Killjoy, and today I'm going to teach you guys everything you need to know about how to play Lotus. I'm going to show you guys a variety of Killjoy setups you can use to counter every single execute that the enemies have on the C site. So a lot of people start by putting their turret front B like this. So if they start running C, your turret will cover B and that B player can rotate over to C to help you, okay? Then everyone knows this basic setup right here, where you put the alarm bot right here, covers the door, put this swarm next to it, and then you put the second swarm deeper, right? And this setup is really good. If they have no way to break it, they don't have a raise. This is going to get you a lot of damage, but it's a very common setup and a lot of people know about it, so a lot of the times it will get broken. So let me show you a way to counter this. For this one, you're going to want to pull your turret back from the B site, and you're going to need it here with you, okay? This turret catches contact on anyone walking into main because your alarm bot won't. We're going to be putting the alarm bot all the way back here, so that way when they throw a satchel here, they throw a grenade here, all your stuff won't just instantly break. Throw your first swarm in this corner right here like that, and then throw your second swarm next to your alarm bot. Turret will catch them walking in, and then you can pop your utility, right? And this first swarm will cover this walkway here. They can't walk in this way, and the second swarm stops them from actually pushing into sight, so their entire team is stuck right here for like 4 seconds. And then you can peek anywhere you want, right? You can peek top site, you can peek from bend, you can peek from over here, you can peek this from a bunch of different angles, or you can even have like your teammate throw a grenade right here as well. When they're running in, they're just going to get absolutely demolished, and none of your Killjoy utility will be broken. Like, well, Cam, what if someone executes by like dashing on top? They have a judge this round, right? So you do a setup, basic setup like this. You throw an alarm bot right here on the stairs. You throw your first swarm up at the top of the site, a little bit off to the left like here, so it covers all of this. And you throw your second swarm here. So when that person double satchels in or jet dashes up top site, now you have this setup that'll stop that entirely. Or another thing is you're having a hard time stopping this jet who's dashing elbow, right? Or towards bend. So you do the alarm bot here, throw your first swarm at the bottom of the stairs and your second swarm over this way. Jet dashes in. The second you hear that dash, you pop both of these, so they're gonna have to back off, or they're gonna have to swing into your util, and you can just play right here and get that pick on that person, or just stop them from getting control of bend overall, so you can hold that for your team. And it's a lot of different small things like that is how you're gonna be able to be more efficient at locking down the C site for your team, instead of just them running in every round, breaking your util, and you just lose round after round unable to hold the site. Killjoy setups for the A site, and partial credit goes to Joltira. I did make a couple of changes to our initial idea on these setups. So first thing you want to do is you want to put your alarm bot as far back as you can get it so they can't lurk in the site, okay? And you want to put your turret either in this spot right here so it holds tree and towards stairs so no one can lurk up on you, or you can put your turret up on this box right here so it holds towards tree and it holds towards this way, but they will be able to lurk upstairs, so you get to pick which one you want to use. For the swarm, you put your first swarm on the top corner of this spot right here, okay? And then you want to use your second swarm and you want to put it on the top of this default box right here. The whole purpose of this setup is the swarms are lifted up and harder for them to find and harder for them to break. So when the enemies run in, the alarm bell will go off. They'll already be standing in this first swarm like that, and then the second swarm will stop the people running into shoot the bomb or trying to plant the bomb, and the swarms are lifted off the ground, which makes it hard to see like the radius, so people might step into it and you'll get that extra damage. And you can play anywhere on site with this setup. And another variety you can use for this setup is you can put your swarm on the corner this again, and then you could put your second swarm this way. So if the enemy's like the path this way, you can pop your swarms like this and then fight that person who's trying to push towards this way. So you can kind of do whatever one you want. And another fun little bonus for the A site is there's a spot right here where if you right click a swarm on this ledge, it'll stop them from planting the bomb, and it's really hard for them to find and break it. So you can use this to stall them from planting in a really good post plant spot, so you'll force them to plant in a spot that isn't as good, and that might win you the round. Here's 2 Killjoy setups you can use to stop any rushes on the B site. And for this setup, you can even put your turret over on the C site on that box we all know too well. And here's the setups. So you can start by putting your alarm bot to the left of this corner right here, and make sure it covers that right side so it doesn't allow them to lurk through, okay? And then you're going to want to put your first swarm right here, so they have to be walking in and they can't see this swarm until they walk in and get hit by the alarm bot. So you pop the swarm and it'll stop the push. But something fun you could do is put one of these swarms on this staircase like right here, so when they walk in, you pop both of these mollies, and look, this one will do damage to people walking through here, and it'll be hard for them to see it, the people running here to try to plant the bomb, and that swarm will just stop them from walking in at all. And another thing I like to do is put the same first swarm, and then I'll put a second swarm here. Oftentimes, if they have a gecko, they'll just shoot the little wingman in here and try to have him plant in this corner right away. So if you use this setup, that'll stop that person from getting over here and trying to plant the bomb. Not only will it stall them, it'll just, you know, do a bunch of damage to that person trying to plant. So then they'll have to plant in a more awkward spot, which might help you in a post-plant situation on a retake, right? And if you do want to keep your turret here instead of putting it on the C site, right here is going to be the best spot for your turret. So then if the enemies walk in this way and they break this door and they start running towards B, you'll know. And the turret will shoot directly off the contact of the alarm bot and the swarm. So if you want to put all your marbles in the basket of them coming B site and they just can't hold it, you know they're going B, this is a great setup you can use to stop that from happening. Before I show you guys the post-plant lineups, here's the reminder to, if you guys are enjoying this video, make sure you guys subscribe. And if you have any Killjoy main friends, make sure you guys send this video to them. So for the A site post-plant lineups, I have two of them for you guys. The first one is you line up with this kind of in general, and you walk up to the edge of this like this. It doesn't have to be pixel perfect at all. The lineup will land, okay? And then you pull out your swarm and you aim your swarm at the top of this leaf, just like this. You see this leaf, this little diamond right here, you put on this leaf anywhere and you give that a throw, and this will fly over tree and this will land on top of the box right here. So if the enemies are defusing, they're gonna have a way harder time like finding like a way to break this molly as it lands, and it stops the left and right side plant. And it even goes inside of here a little bit as well. So it might do some extra damage to some players. Really useful lineup. Now, if you guys don't want to play all the way back there and whatnot, this is the lineup that I most commonly use when I play, okay? So I make sure my teammates plant on that box somewhere and I play right here. And this allows you to have util to hold the flank still. And this allows you to be able to watch this broken door, okay? And if you know they're in sight, all you have to do is create a little gap right here. Put your back against the wall and create a gap right here. And you literally just aim your crosshair on this box, like at the very like top lip of this box like this. The Somali will go over the box and once again land on top of that. And you can throw this completely from cover and it'll stop them from defusing the bomb. In terms of the B site lineup, I used to have one that I would throw from there, but I would never use it. So I'd suggest this when you're playing. When you're playing and you have your teammates planting the bomb over here, legitimately just throw your mollies on top of these boxes, because it'll be a lot harder for the enemies to walk in. They're like trying to defuse the bomb. They hear the mollies, but they don't know where it is, and you pop it and they just won't be able to defuse. You can land it anywhere on this box here and it'll stop them from defusing the bomb. I'd rather you guys do that. It's easier on the fly, hard for them to break, and that way you don't have to be hours away from your teammates to throw the lineup. And a little bit of an extra bonus is if the bomb is planted right here and you're playing over here, you could always throw your Killjoy molly through this hole right here and it'll land here almost every single time for them to stop this plant right here. For the C site Killjoy mollies, you have to get it over this wall right here. So you can imagine that's pretty hard. And a lot of people told me that this lineup misses a lot for them. And it's not hard. It's not hard at all. If you listen to my instructions carefully, you guys will not mess this up. Okay? So what you want to do is you want to line yourself up with this corner right here. Okay? Like just like this little line. Okay? Doesn't have to be spot on. Okay? What you want to do is you want to pull out your swarm and you want to aim it underneath this leaf right here. It'll be circled just like this. So if you jump and at the top of your jump you throw it, this molly is going to land up top and miss, okay? Like that. It just falls right down, right? And if you throw it a little bit after you jump, this molly is going to go a little bit further, but it's not going to quite make it into the site, okay? So it's all about the timing on your jump on when you throw it. So the second you click the space bar, you throw, and this lineup will land every single time. Watch, just like this. It'll go all the way over this wall. It'll land right on the default plant perfectly every single time. And not only will this molly stop the plant for this corner, the person defusing in this corner, and the person defusing in that corner. So it's the perfect lineup and it will cover literally all the plant spots on this site. You just have to remind yourself to make sure you do that jump throw perfectly. And if you have to go into a custom game to practice it, then you do that so you don't lose your teammates any rounds by missing your lineups. If you're one of those Killjoy mains who has a little bit of a struggle knowing where to use their utility to hold the flank, I got you guys. So for the A site, the best thing you could do is you could run up here, turn the turret around, and click it down right here. The reason you want to put it here is if you look at the range of this turret, it allows you to be able to play in tree. It allows you to run in the site and plant the bomb while your turret stays completely in range. So that's why this turret is such a great thing. But oftentimes you might not have your turret or you might not have a piece of util for whatever reason. Then I would suggest that you put your alarm bot right here. And if you look at the map, yes, this range is a lot shorter, But if you play back and play in like tree with your teammates, then this alarm bot will still stay up. Otherwise, you got to be aware that they might pull up behind you, and make sure you do your due diligence and tell your teammates. If your team is running a default and you guys are all just split up around the map, I highly suggest you do this turret right here. This turret will watch this way and it'll watch this way. So it'll hold the B push and it'll hold the C push, and it is really helpful for you guys to hold a lot of the map control. But if you guys are actually taking the B site, I would highly suggest you just put your turret all the way up here, because as you can see, you could literally play absolutely anywhere and still stay in range of this turret. And the same thing goes for any sort of alarm bot you want to put. You could just put it right down these stairs right here, so you can be all in the B site while still being in range of your utility. Now the C site is a little bit harder to hold the flank with Killjoy because of the range, right? If you put your turret anywhere back here to hold the early A flank, you literally cannot even get into the site and plant the bomb without your turret going down, right? So oftentimes I'll even throw my turret like up here on mound or something, so I can play everywhere inside of the site, and my turret will still hold the flank for my team, but it'll just hold the flank for your team a little bit later. So you'll have to be completely aware of that. And if you need, you could always just throw the alarm bot on the other side of mound like this when you're playing in site, so you get to play in most of the bomb site while your alarm bot will still hold the flank for your team. I'm going to show you guys the best attacking Killjoy ults, and then I'm going to show you guys the best defender retake ults. So for the B site, you're going to want to just drop your ults in this corner. It forces them so far back that they literally can't peek you while this ult is going off. And for the C site, a lot of people know this ult. You just drop it in this corner right here. But just like the other one, it forces them all the way out of sight, besides this corner right here. So be aware of that. Throw a piece of util there as you raise the throw grenade there. For the A site, you can use two different ults. One, this corner right here, and it forces them all the way out of the site, besides drop it up top. That's the only spots they can peek you from. You throw your util there, you should be fine. You have to be aware that this player in tree can spam through this wall and break your setup. So you got to be fighting tree as you're putting this ult down. People fight for tree, get tree control, and then plop the ult down right here, and it covers everything besides drop. And if you throw a molly right there, that's a potential chance for a free kill, because someone thinks they're slick, someone thinks they're gonna get a pick, and you could actually get a free kill on them. So if you want to throw your ult down right here, this is good, and it's a safe spot to put your ult, but it allows them to play in tree, and it gives them a lot of room to peek you, right? Is the one that is down here on the staircase. Now this one can be spammed, and this one can be fought for by a long shot, right? But this all covers the entire site and almost guarantees you get the defuse for free. So if you can get this all down, you can force them to fight you instead of them just sitting in corners on site. It gives you a good chance to win the round. So this is the one I usually go for, but you're gonna have to do a lot more fighting. For the B side ult, you can really do it from either side. You can throw it up here in heaven. It covers all of this and it makes them go all the way back. Or if you're playing C, which is usually where you're going to be playing, put your ult in this corner right here. For the C site, you have two options. First one is right here, and this is the better one. Okay, so what this does is it forces them so far back, they can't even peek you. If they plant the bomb here on the default spot, they can't even peek you anywhere. One up here because it's a lot safer, but it allows them to just play out mound and spam you. So if you know that they're all just going to sit out mound and spam you, then I would not want to use this ult, because you're not going to win a round where all 5 of them are mound shooting through a smoke while you guys try to defuse the bomb. Thank you guys for watching this video, and if you guys are interested in Killjoy gameplay, I stream every single day at twitch.tv/CaMbCaMb. If you want to see some Radiant Killjoy gameplay or come ask me any questions or talk about any setups, feel free to do so, and have a great day, everybody.